Hey yo, what's going on everybody? Suru here. Welcome back to the channel. Today we got a very controversial topic. Gameloft dropped a survey on us the other day and they snuck in there one thing that just blew up in the community. The community has been divided on this topic and I find it interesting because I don't know, to me a survey is just them trying to understand what the community wants. And they definitely got a pretty harsh reaction. But if you guys do enjoy this video at all, subscribe to the channel. We're going to dive into this topic a little bit today just to flush it out and then put it to bed so we don't have to talk about it anymore, at least until it's actually official. Alrighty, let's go take a look at Scrooge's shop and then jump into the video. Okay, Scroogey boy, give me something good, something new, at least just one item. Let's see, we have all of that, and we have this. Oh, hold up, whoa. Is this a door? I got the elegant geometric doors? Oh, heck yes. Let's freaking go. And then we have all of that stuff there. All right, so really great shop day, actually. Alrighty, so we'll use this post as an example just because it is going trending right now over here on Reddit. 596 upvotes. They said Star Wars, why? So yeah, if you didn't know, they had a survey they posted and in it was just one option to add like Star Wars to the game. Right here is what it looked like. So they asked, which franchises would you most excited to see added to Dreamlight Valley? We had The Incredibles, we had Robin Hood, Emperor's New Groove, Cinderella, Snow White, Cars, Winnie the Pooh, so on and so forth. But they also had Star Wars in here, and this is what's been controversial for a lot of people because Star Wars wasn't necessarily made by Disney. You know, they just got bought out. Disney purchased Star Wars, made some films with it, and so now it's still part of the IP, but it's not like the Disney classic characters. This user went on to say, why are they trying to add people from Star Wars? They haven't even added top characters from the big movies like Winnie the Pooh, Sleeping Beauty, and not even Dumbo, and we don't even see who's coming with Tiana from Princess and the Frog. We don't even have people from Disney shows yet. They're going to be maybe start to add Star Wars characters. It's just upsetting to see this huge catalog at Disney and Pixar movies. So this is why I kind of wanted to make this a video because it has divided so many community members. They are not saying they are adding Star Wars to the game. They are just giving a survey to see the reaction, see if anyone would even be interested in the idea to bring Star Wars to the game in some fashion. And then say they eventually did bring characters from Star Wars, I'm sure they would do it where it was like a paid DLC. So it was optional where you could actually decide if you want them in the valley or not, but I don't think anyone has to worry about it. I know that Gameloft, they do know what they're doing. They do for the most part know what the community wants, and even if they were going to bring out some Star Wars characters, I don't think it would be until way down the line. Obviously they're going to get Cinderella in here first, they're going to get, you know, Snow White. I don't believe that they're ever going to just bring Darth Vader and Baby Yoda, you know, Grogu into the valley when we haven't had Cinderella. Now, this user right here actually sums it up pretty perfectly. So we got Skyrim over here, said the developers were asking for feedback on the idea of adding different franchises. This does not mean anything will be added for certain. They are quite reasonably asking how people would feel about the options they provide. This is how surveys work. Some of their suggestions will have been added purely to assess what demand and reaction would be. If Star Wars ranked poorly, it would probably not happen or only have decorative items. See, that's another thing you have to remember. Just because they are even suggesting Star Wars does not mean it is going to be characters. Doesn't mean it's going to be an expansion, DLC, storyline. They could just add maybe some Star Wars motifs to the game, one or two of them, you know? They could just add maybe some clothing options. You just never know. And I gotta say, I feel like everything that Disney owns, they should definitely be allowed to put whatever they want into the game. And I do trust Gameloft in the sense that I know they are going to keep the magic alive. They're going to keep the classic characters a priority. So I would not worry about this at all. Now, this actually went trending all over the internet to the point we have Game Rant over here, comicbook.com, Dexerto actually made articles on this. Like, it's everywhere. I was reading through them. They're pretty interesting pieces, and I've seen over on Facebook and Reddit. Now, I actually made a poll myself just to see from our community how people would feel about it. So let's take a look. So the question asked was, Dreamlight Valley just released a new survey and it hints at the possibility of Grogu and other Star Wars characters joining the game. How do you feel about this potential addition? So I asked, or the options were yes, please. So 26% out of almost 4,000 said they would absolutely love it. 14% said only if it's an optional DLC. And then 15 said they were neutral on the subject. So these three options mean they are members that really just wouldn't mind the idea. So that takes up about 50% of the community. And the other 45, 50-ish percent said absolutely not. So we still don't have a definite answer. It literally is like broken down even. Half would love to have it or would not really care. And the other half just no, they don't want it in the game. So this kind of shows off what I think would go on with the majority of the community, because 4,000 votes is a lot, and it's actually a lot to get some data. If you wanted to read through anyone's stuff or see what other people talk about, we have 148 comments here you can read through. So let me know down below, what are your thoughts and opinions on this? Now, if you want to know mine, would I be interested if they actually added some Star Wars elements to the game? Me, I would, but at the right time. Right now is not the right time to add Star Wars. Maybe 2 years down the road when they fleshed out the game a little more. They started expanding. They got a lot of the classic characters in the game. We even got some characters that are just a little more unique, you know, like Winnie the Pooh. Implement them in the game first somehow. I do think they're going to start adding like Pirates of the Caribbean, like Jack Sparrow into the game at some point. I really, really do. So Star Wars has a place within this game, but not right now and not in the way that the game is set up. So it, in my opinion, would need to be a different setup, a different valley, a different experience, a different story, and a paid optional DLC. They could also tie it in with some other unusual characters. You know, they could also have it, I suggested on stream, maybe implement some Star Wars stuff with Baymax, you know, Big Hero 6 characters, maybe have a city biome, maybe have a Star Wars biome, and then something else for the third one, because those kind of go a little more together. And Big Hero 6, believe it or not, was actually, it's made by Marvel, you know, it's comic books and stuff. I didn't know that until I started watching the movie and doing some research. So we kind of already have elements of Marvel within the game. Now, Marvel is a whole completely different story. You know, are we going to ever get superheroes in the game? I don't know. But to me, DLV would actually have to survive long enough for the next few years, I think, before they even think about adding some Star Wars stuff. But it is definitely interesting discussion. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts and opinions about it. So drop it down below. And that's about all I have to say on this topic. I hope you guys have the best day ever. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next one.